Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Very sad, loudly crying face. Kody breaks silence on Garrison's passing. Garison Brown public funeral emotional moments. It is one of the saddest and most heartbreaking stories to come out of the Sister Wives universe. And fans around the world are still struggling to process the tragic news of Garrison Brown's passing. For years, viewers watched him grow up on camera, from a fun-loving and adventurous little boy to a strong and independent young man, carving his own identity outside of the family's complicated plural marriage dynamic. His humor, his sharp wit, and his honesty about life in the Brown household made him a fan favorite, someone fans felt like they truly knew. The entire Sister Wives fandom was shaken to its core when the news of his death emerged. However, what made this story even more devastating was Kody Brown finally breaking his silence. After weeks of speculation and hushed whispers about how the family was dealing with this monumental loss, Kody's emotional response finally gave fans a glimpse into the pain, regret, and sorrow that has engulfed him. The Brown patriarch has often been criticized for his strained relationships with many of his children, especially in recent years, but when it came to Garrison's passing, all walls seemed to fall. His words were not those of a polygamist father defending his choices, nor of a man caught in drama with his wives, but of a father mourning the irreplaceable loss of his son. His statement alone left fans in tears, as he admitted that nothing in his life has ever prepared him for this level of grief, and he now realizes how many moments he took for granted, how many times he could have reached out, and how many conversations with Garrison were left unfinished. Despite years of division, rivalry, and separation, the public funeral for Garrison Brown became one of the most moving gatherings the family has ever attended. Fans, friends, and even people who had never met Garrison but were touched by his story came forward to pay their respects. The atmosphere was heavy with sorrow, yet also filled with a profound sense of love, as people shared stories of Garrison's kindness, his adventurous spirit, and his ability to make everyone around him laugh even in the darkest of times. As the family walked into the funeral, all eyes were on them. Christine, who had often been open about her close bond with her children, was visibly shaken, clutching David Woolley's hand for support as tears streamed down her face. Janelle, Garrison's mother, wore the pain of a mother who has lost a piece of her soul. The raw agony of a mother who never imagined she would outlive her son was evident in every glance, tear, and trembling breath. Mary, often on the sidelines of family matters, looked somber and distant, as though she too could not process the weight of the moment. Robin, frequently the target of criticism in the family's narrative, appeared emotional, staying close to her own children while looking cautiously at Kody for strength. But the most striking figure was Kody himself. At the funeral he was just a father, broken, humble, and consumed by grief. For years, viewers have seen him as stubborn, proud, and frequently defensive. His tears flowed freely as he addressed the mourners, his voice cracking as he admitted that his relationship with Garrison had not always been perfect, and that he wishes with every part of his heart that he had told his son, "I love you," more often, hugged him longer, and listened to him better. The speech silenced the crowd, a moment that allowed everyone to see a vulnerable side of Kody that had rarely, if ever, been shown on television. The funeral was filled with emotional moments that will never be forgotten. Military honors were given to Garrison, who served with pride in the Nevada National Guard. As the flag was folded carefully and given to Janelle, many people openly wept as they heard the sound of the saluting rifles firing. That moment broke everyone, as Janelle held the folded flag to her chest, her sobs so heavy that Christine rushed to hold her. Kody stood only a few steps away, his hands shaking as he covered his face, unable to watch his former wife endure such agony alone. For a brief moment, the differences between Christine, Janelle, Mary, Robin, and Kody no longer mattered. Grief had stripped away the divisions and reminded them all of what they once shared, a family. When Garrison's siblings spoke, the heartbreak only deepened. Gabriel, who had always been close to Garrison, struggled to speak through his tears, recounting how his brother was always his protector, his best friend, and the person who always believed in him when no one else did. The rest of the siblings, including Aspen, Maddie, and Isabel, recalled their brother's infectious laughter and the joy he brought into their lives. Every word painted a picture of a young man who left behind a legacy of love, laughter, and loyalty that will never be forgotten. Perhaps one of the most emotional moments of the day was when Truly, the youngest of Christine's children, bravely stood up to say goodbye to her brother. Her small voice, trembling with grief, said more than words ever could. She told everyone that Garrison always made her feel safe, that he always had time for her, and that she would miss his hugs forever. The entire audience broke down at that moment, realizing the depth of the whole Garrison's loss left behind, not just in the family, but in the hearts of everyone who knew him. Kody's silence after the service spoke volumes. He sat quietly at the group's edge with his head bowed, and a sorrowful and regretful expression on his face. Many fans have speculated for years that Kody's relationships with his older children had grown strained, with Garrison being one of the most vocal about his frustrations with his father. But in death, those arguments, those disagreements, and those fractured moments no longer mattered. For Kody, the loss was final, a reality that could never be undone. His silence afterward wasn't just about grief. It was about regret, the crushing realization that time had run out, and the chance to rebuild a relationship with his son was gone forever. The funeral may have been one of the most heartbreaking chapters in the Brown family's story, but it was also a reminder of the love that still binds them. Fans left with heavy hearts but also with a renewed appreciation for life, family, and the importance of never letting small conflicts grow into lifelong divides. Garrison's memory will live on, not only in the hearts of his family, but also in the countless fans who watched him grow up, admired his courage to speak his truth, and loved him for the authentic, kind, and genuine young man he was. His passing has forever changed the Brown family, and as Kody continues to navigate life after this tragedy, it is clear that Garrison's spirit will remain a guiding light for all of them. Christine Woolley recently revealed that Kody Brown actually punished her whenever she dared to speak up about her marital issues on Sister Wives. Yes, you read that right. The celeb opened up about how Kody used to behave with her whenever she said anything against her husband. She had to face some serious consequences, and now she is pulling back the curtains on everything that ever happened to her. Christine is fiercely exposing Kody's dark side in her memoir, and viewers are still picking up their dropped jaws. What is this all about? Keep on reading to learn more about this controversy. Christine Brown recently opened up about Kody and Robyn's relationship on The Sarah Fraser Show, and made it clear that she believes they are true soulmates. When the host asked if she thought Kody would ever remarry, Christine admitted she doesn't know. She explained that Kody and Robyn's interactions are their own, and she has no intention of intervening. Christine went on to say she genuinely hopes Kody doesn't remarry. In her eyes, what he shares with Robyn is already deep and meaningful. She recalled how Kody himself has openly expressed his love for monogamy, which makes her wonder why he would risk damaging that bond. Christine suggested that instead of looking for another partner, Kody should focus on strengthening his relationship with Robyn. As advice, she said she wouldn't want Kody to marry again, and would prefer to see him fully committed to Robyn. In her view, they should cherish what they have and find happiness together.